Jacob, the son of Jen Jordan from Q102 Radio here in Cincinnati, of course. Jacob has autism and apraxia and had been able to communicate, or has been able to communicate, by spelling things out. It's led him to a whole lot of places, including auditions for television shows, and he just landed a lead role in a feature film, which is super cool. We're going to get to that. Jen Jordan, Jacob joining me here on the couch to talk about his success. First of all, guys, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you for having us and allowing us to talk about this.
You and I were talking off camera, and I said one thing that I just love about your story is you've been so transparent. I feel like have given parents for kids with autism or any disability that hope that, okay, I can share things. Why did you decide to be so transparent about everything?
It just felt like the right thing to do. I am a storyteller at heart, and I just think that this is an incredible story. And it needs to be told.
It really is, because obviously we all have people in our lives with who are on the spectrum, but it can be so different. Mm-hmm. So talk to us about this journey of, figuring things out.
Yeah, I mean, Jacob is 22, so diagnosed at 3.5, so we've been in this party for a very, very long time, and we have done a lot of different things and tried a lot of interventions. And I learned early on that if you want different results, you have to do things differently. So we kind of did our own thing. We went our own way, and we tried a lot of things that a lot of experts said weren't going to work or make a difference, and they did.
And what are you guys doing right now?
What are we doing
right now? Talk to me
right
about
now?
this, how he's able to communicate through spelling.
Yeah, this is mind-blowing. A few years ago, we started doing this, where he started to learn to communicate by pointing to letters on a keyboard, just one letter at a time, spelling words. And it's been this entire process that has led us to the point where last August, he sat down with this experienced communication partner, which I am not, but I am learning. But we have this woman, her name is Julie from Autistically Inclined. She sat down with him, and in a matter of minutes, he was openly answering questions. And it became very clear very quickly that the intellectual disability that he had been labeled with was completely a mislabeling.
He just wasn't able to communicate how he was feeling.
The apraxia causes a brain-body disconnect. So the body doesn't do what the mind wants it to, including speaking, including trying new foods. He had been on a diet of the same 20 foods for over a decade, refusing to try anything new. Once he became able to communicate by spelling, he told us he was tired of eating the same old stuff. He wanted to try new stuff, and he told us exactly how to help him. Since then, he has tried over 160 new foods.
So many parents will say and explain that, they feel like their child is frustrated when they have autism. The really cool thing, and we kind of touched on this, Jacob, is that he started auditioning for TV shows, but then just recently, and this is when I found out about this, I said, Jen, you have to come on our 4 o'clock show. How in the world did he land a role in a feature film, one of the lead roles?
We didn't go looking for this at all. He has his business cards by Jacob, and my mom, his grandma, and I and him, we do these silly commercials on Facebook, right? A casting director, a Hollywood casting director, found us on social media and reached out to me and asked if he would be interested in auditioning for a film. And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? We don't say no to anything here. Yes, absolutely. So we sent in the audition tape, got a call back, got another call back. He met with the producers and the directors, and he got it. So all I can officially say right now is he is attached to a lead role in a feature film. And yeah,
it's gonna happen this fall.
And I cannot wait to be able to share all the details, because it is just beyond incredible.
Really?
And totally unexpected. I mean, acting was not something that we had we? We never thought about acting, did we?
You're going to be a star.
What do you think of that? I know.
Yeah.
Pretty incredible. This is so very hard for him, because there's so much in here that he wants to say. And someday he'll be able to do it with me. We're working on it, right?
We can't wait to see the film, and maybe who else is in it. I guess talk to me a little bit about what's next for Jacob.
What's next for Jacob? That's the thing, is our entire world has opened up. I say to people that I have gone from worrying about what's going to happen to him when I die to worrying about what's going to happen to me when he moves out, because his life is launching.
Finally.
Yes.
And
And it's just it's so incredible. And one thing that is really important to us, because his best friend Andrew has the exact same diagnosis, they've had the exact same trajectory since they were diagnosed at the age of 3. He was with Jacob, and they both became open to communicate this way at the same time. And so we want to get this information and show people what's possible. And so we've started doing these live Q&As, and we have one coming up on June 1st. That all of the information is on the Q102 website, WKRQ.com.
Okay.
That he and his best friend Andrew will be on a stage, and I'm going to ask them questions, and they are going to spell, and they are just going to show everybody what they can do.
Your message to any parent out there who has a child who may be diagnosed in the future with autism, or they're already going through this journey. What's your message to them?
Don't let anybody tell you they can't do something. Hold on to hope and just keep trying.
Wow.
Just keep going.
I tell you, I could cry tears of joy for you, because I've listened to your TED Talk. I listened to her on the radio. I know the journey that you've been through as a single mom, and you've been so public about it. And I know there are people out there saying, thank you, I'm going through the same thing. And Jacob, I cannot wait. So Jacob is going to start making that film this fall. We can't wait to hear more about
That's
it.
Gate so bien.
What date? He keeps asking me, what date are we gonna?
Yes,
what date does
yes,
it start?
yes. Oh.
When does it start? And we don't
We don't know yet. We don't
We're
know
waiting.
yet.
We're waiting.
Okay.
But,
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being
Wait,
here.
Thank you for having us.
And of course,
Maybe in October.
oh, maybe October. All right, you can find much more about
Give him
Jacob and his success, of
Give
course,
him a
by always going to our websites. And always make sure you follow along on the Cards by Jacob Facebook page. Cards by Jacob Facebook page. By the way, it's Jacob with a K. Again, thanks for being here.